Look at us.
Look at us. We're just a couple of rural gals trying to create community and entertain. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Annaliese, and we're Egg's most okayest farm girls. Grab a drink. We're here to help. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, girl, hey.
How you doing?
I'm just great. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. I am back in the closet today, though. You know, we've been messing around trying to find that good sound. Last week I was out of the closet. Jill, our podcast manager, was like, girl, you get back in that closet.
Get your ass back in there.
So that's where I'm at today. Yeah, I'm excited to chat. We're going to chat wellness today.
That's a good thing to talk about.
Yeah. Women our age are, well, you know, I'm 35. How old are you?
I'm 35 too.
Okay, I think I'm 35, 36, 88?
Yes.
Okay, we're 35.
Wait, when's your birthday?
August.
Okay, mine's April.
You know, we're trying to chase that fountain of youth. And we're trying to do all the things to keep it tight. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. I think first we're going to take a journey through some trend, wellness, weird stuff that's been happening.
Yes. The things people do to be healthy, quotation marks, is wild. I went to sheknows.com and it just shared like what some celebrities are doing. We'll kind of go back and forth because I know you looked up some too, and we'll just kind of play a game of would you do it?
Yeah.
So let me read this first one to you. Mouth taping. One health and wellness trend that will continue to grow in 2023 is mouth taping. Yes, I'm talking about taping your mouth shut at night. Mouth taping may be one of the weirdest health hacks out there, but it's become increasingly popular. It forces you to breathe out of your nose at night, which may provide health benefits such as humidifying the nasal passages. It's certainly not for everyone, so be sure to speak to your doctor. Would you do it?
No, because what if I have like an obstruction or like a stuffy nose? I'm just gonna like die in my sleep.
Or your child comes in the middle of the night and thinks something is wrong, like who's trying to kidnap my mom? Why is her mouth
right?
What's happening next?
No.
Hard.
Okay, well, I've got something special for you. This wellness influencer, this is back in 2019, she promoted perineum sunning.
Okay.
She said 30 seconds of sunlight on your butthole is the equivalent of a full day of sunlight with your clothes on.
What?
And there's just like a picture of her just like buck-ass naked just on some sort of boulder just with her hoo-ha out.
Who's studying this? Where is this information coming from? If it is true, like, does butthole skin have more absorption versus the rest of your skin? I don't understand.
I don't either. And I'm just worried about like sunburning my butthole. Sounds uncomfortable.
If you're asking me if I would do it, would I sunbathe naked? Yes. But am I aiming to get the butthole? No.
Oh, so strange. Okay. Do you have a good one next?
I do. This is from our dear friend, Gwyneth Paltrow, the queen of just doing weird ass shit. And that's exactly what this says. As the queen of weird wellness movement, Paltrow has done a ton of unique habits. One of them includes being stung by bees on purpose, otherwise known as apitherapy. In an interview with the New York Times, she said, people use it to get rid of inflammation and scarring. It's actually pretty incredible if you research it, but man, it's painful.
Well, no shit, Gwynnie. You should not be giving this advice out. Like,
there's a thing called a derma roller. It's a roller with little tiny needles. You can just roll that over your face or wherever you have inflammation or scarring. You don't have to go get stung by bees.
And you don't need to have an anaphylactic reaction and almost die. So
where is she going for this? Does she have her own bees? Is there a place where you go to get stung? How do you make them angry?
So many questions.
So many questions.
I found like 3 other things that our good pal Gwyneth promoted as well.
What a weirdo.
She, I guess, came up with like this jade egg. It's like a stone egg that you put up your hoo-ha. And it's supposed to, used by women to increase sexual energy, health, and pleasure.
What?
Fixing your hormone levels and improving your bladder control. So she obviously got a lot of heat for that because you are shoving a porous object up your vagina. That's not a good idea.
Where does she find the time?
Right?
She's getting stung by bees. She's eating weird things. Now she's got to shove this up her hoo-ha.
There were several vagina-related weird things that she's doing. I've come to the conclusion that she's just, like, obsessed with her vagina.
Speaking of vaginas, I have another one.
Okay.
I didn't know who this celebrity was. Shailene Woodley?
I never heard of her.
Like most people, Woodley likes to sunbathe, but unlike most people, she also likes to do some vagina sunbathing. This is very similar to the butthole. In an interview with Into the Gloss, she said, I was reading an article written by an herbalist I studied about yeast infections and other genital issues. She said there's nothing better than vitamin D. When the sun finally comes out, spread those legs and get some sunshine.
Maybe there's truth to this. Here we are, like, laughing at these people. What if the joke's on us? You need to get your hoo-ha and your butthole out in the sun.
Also, when reading this, I laughed because she's talking about spreading her legs and that there's nothing better than the vitamin D.
That big D.
Unintended, untended, I don't know.
Oh, boy. Okay, well...
Yeah, hit me with your other Gwen one.
God, there's just so many vagina ones. I'm gonna skip past those.
Okay.
I mean, she's, like, into steaming her vagina. Like, we won't go into that. There's just too much.
Smith does it too. Steaming the vagina, which involves sitting over a bowl of steam herb-infused water. Essentially, it's a facial for the vagina. It can calm the vag and help with dryness and irritation.
I have no words.
A bowl of hot, steamy water.
Aaron and Tom walk in. We're just like, it's fine. We're just
working on our wellness.
I do plan on getting a sauna, though. So, same concept.
Right, depending on how you go about it. You know, maybe we'll do another episode after you get your sauna and you can let us know if you've tried the vaginal steaming.
Yeah, I don't gatekeep, so if I find that it works for me, I will definitely. The one I was going to tell you about is, do you remember when, like, colonics and enemas were a thing?
Yes, you know I watch a lot of Bravo television. I love me those housewives, and they are always like that is their form. Like, God forbid we just have a lifestyle change, eat better, drink better.
No, can't
let's
do that.
Just make ourselves shit. Like, let's just shove things up there and get it out.
Yeah, people are using coffee enemas.
I would never. Maybe try fiber.
Right? There is a better way. You don't have to shove coffee up your ass.
No. Did you have any more?
There's another Gwyneth vagina one. Like, she created I guess this isn't like a wellness thing, but she created a candle, and the candle is in bold letters says, "This smells like my vagina." Like, she created a vagina-scented candle.
What? That is not a scent.
I read the review, and I guess it's supposed to smell actually really good.
Okay, well, now she's just trying to brag about how she thinks her vagina smells.
I call
Make
bullshit.
the rest of us feel bad.
I know, there's no way.
What is it, floral?
Well, there's floral hints, and there's a bunch of scents mixed in there, but there's no way, Gwenny. There's no way.
No, I don't want anyone to think that I'm not taking my hygiene seriously, but I can tell you there's nothing floral. Don't want it.
I agree.
Okay, I have one more. And we're going to talk about this later because I think we already had a conversation about this one. But Kim Kardashian once got what they call a vampire facial. And I told you I am into this. But what they do, it's like a microdermabrasion facial followed by a mask of rich plasma, aka your blood, which helps improve your complexion and cell turnover. So, like, they draw blood from your arm and then they put it back into your face.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, are they using donated blood? Like, what?
No, it's your own.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But I have looked into this because I am a little bit of a skincare, I don't know, I like to try all the things.
Yeah.
It started with washing my face, and then I got more serums, and then I got Botox, and now I've been asking my Botox lady about these vampire facials, and it's probably going to happen soon.
Well, good. Please report back.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what all the weirdos are doing. But let's talk about what you and I are doing. Because, yeah, like we said, we getting old. We're trying to do all the things. But when do you feel like your wellness journey started? Because I feel like growing up, wellness was not a thing. They were like, drink water, do exercise, have some vegetables. Like, we lived off of dehydration and casserole.
Kool-Aid. We didn't have water bottles at school. We drank from water fountains.
Yeah.
Communal water fountains. That
hardly got any water.
Right. Like, I went the entire day basically with no water.
Everything we ate was like prepackaged too. Like, nothing was made from scratch.
Oh, yeah. I grew up on like McDonald's
Mm-hmm.
and Hamburger Helper. My mom hated cooking, so.
So did mine.
Yeah.
I feel like no offense, Mom, was not really set up for success. But in the last, I don't know, honestly, probably after I had kids, I was like, oh, we got to get this thing back in shape.
Right. Same. So my journey started this last summer. So I've been dealing with a heart arrhythmia since I was like 18. It's been kind of out of control. And then I had to take medication, and the medications just left me like very tired and short of breath. So they finally fixed it, which is amazing. They fixed it over the summer, and I haven't had issues, thank goodness. So it kind of just like gave me a little spark, like, you need to take care of yourself. And now that you can get your heart rate elevated safely, like, it feels amazing to actually be able to work out. Like, I'm just thankful. Like, you would never think you'd be thankful for being able to torture yourself in the gym, but it's been great. That's what I've been doing. I go to the gym like 3 times a week, usually for like an hour. Shout out to my gym bestie. I make someone go with me because it's just easier. Like, if you find like a gym buddy, they'll hold you accountable. They make working out fun. That's what I started doing.
Was this a friend before, or did you meet her at the gym?
She was a friend before.
Nice.
Yeah, we like take turns planning workouts. There's something different every time. We use like a Tabata timer. It's a free app you can download. It makes you work for 20 seconds and then it gives you like a 10-second rest. Okay. And you do like 8 cycles of that. And then you do that 4 times.
Oh.
So it's like works out to be like a 45-minute exercise that keeps your heart rate up. That's really been working for me. Like, working out just gives me energy. It makes me feel good. It's helped my mental wellness. So
I agree. I don't know when I started working out. Like, I think I did a little bit early on, like definitely not in college. It didn't happen. Early on in my marriage, I've been married almost 11 years now. I think I tried to because then, you start noticing that metabolism slowing down. You're like, all right, we need to do something. And so I was just kind of doing like willy-nilly here and there workouts. There was no method to my madness. But then it was probably 5 years ago, I actually started working with Dairy Girl Fitness. She, one, had me start counting my macros, and then 2, had me do a lot of just weight training, which before I think I was trying to do all this high cardio stuff, like just stuff that I had to sweat, right? I had to be going fast. It had to be killer. Working with Dairy Girl Fitness was life-changing because, one, counting macros, even though it was a pain in the ass, it really showed me what I was eating. It made me kind of re-look at a lot of foods and recipes. And for those of you that don't know, like, counting macros is you're counting, depending on your body weight and your goals, you have a certain amount of protein you're supposed to eat each day, fats, and then carbs. Woo, baby, do those fats add up. Like, whether they're good fats or bad fats, that was really eye-opening. And then I was definitely not getting enough protein. So I still kind of count macros. I really like that. And after you do it for a while, it gets easier because you kind of know, like, okay, I need this many servings of protein and this is kind of what it looks like and da-da-da-da. But yeah, that was super eye-opening. And then just realizing I didn't have to do all this crazy cardio. I really enjoy walking. So my goal right now is I try to get at least 13,000 steps a day. And then I weight lift 4 times a week. And my weightlifting workouts are ones that Dairy Girl Fitness had created for me. Like, after I got done working with her, I screenshot them, saved them on my phone.
That's awesome. I did not realize before all of this that you don't have to do cardio either. Some of the best things is to walk, do your warm up, and then weightlift. Makes all the difference.
And just move your body. I also worked with Kennedy, the legendary dietitian, last year. That taught me even more about food and just how our body responds to certain things. She also introduced me to magnesium spray and then tart cherry juice, which are supposed to help like with muscle recovery and getting better sleep. When I started working with her, I was taking magnesium gummies, and she's like, those like magnesium gummies you get at Target, they ain't doing shit. Like, you need the spray. The best way for your body to absorb it is through the skin. So she hooked me up. I will not lie, I am getting some of the best sleep I've gotten in a long time.
Oh my gosh. What product do you use for the muscle recovery? Pain. That's what I want to know.
Tart cherry juice.
Cherry juice. Okay.
Yeah. can't remember what brand it is. I'll try to link it in the show notes. You can take it just for muscle recovery, like after you work out, or 30 minutes before you go to bed, and it'll help with sleep.
Okay.
I know, like, if you get on Pinterest, a lot of people make fun mocktails with it, like mix it with a little Sprite, or, do like give yourself a little bedtime cocktail.
I love me a mocktail.
Yeah.
I'm all over that.
I guess if we want to transition into sleep, that's what I've been doing. Also, I know you said you're getting a sauna. I recently got a sauna blanket.
How's that working for you? Do you love it?
I'm liking it. What I didn't realize is with these sauna blankets, you do have to wear like a full set of clothes in it because they don't want your skin to like directly touch it because it's hot and I think it could burn your skin. So you're supposed to wear like socks and breathable like sweatpants or like something underneath it, which just feels weird. I'd rather be in there and just my skivvies,
Yeah, that is weird.
So it is, but I do like it. I try to do it a few times a week for about 30 minutes. I go downstairs, I turn on my show and just relax and get it like a sweaty Betty in there. And I do think that helps sleep as well.
Nice. My plans were to get like this pop-up sauna. It's like a portable, it's not fancy or anything. So I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
I had to restock the company that I'm going to work with. So hopefully in a couple weeks, I should be able to try that puppy out too.
You know where you're going to put it?
I have no idea. I think my workout room actually, which I never use.
Yeah, like a sauna on there.
That's the other thing. Like I have to pay for a gym membership to force myself to work out because I've had free memberships through the hospital when I was employed there. I've had a workout room. I will not go. I absolutely will not go. I'm like such a cheap ass. Like I have to be paying for it and then I will actually go so that I get like my money's worth.
That's funny. I actually work out at home. So I had to like buy weights and I've slowly bought more and more equipment, which initially was quite the investment, but I bought these, I think they're Bowflex weights and they're like adjustable. So it's just, you click it and it's like, it can go from 5 to 55 pounds. And I have a bench now and a workout ball and some other just single dumbbells. And I just work out in the basement because for me, if I had to drive to the gym, I wouldn't go. Like I just want to go downstairs, hammer it out. And I am really glad I made the investment to get those weights because I do actually go and work out for one. But now even Tom in the last year has been downstairs pumping a little iron. And so it's rubbed off on him, which I think is a good thing.
Exact same scenario in our house. Like I started working out and then now Aaron's up in our home gym that I like made him put together.
Yeah.
He'd be working out every night. I'm like, let's not get too swole. Okay. You're making me feel bad.
Yeah. Don't get in better shape than me.
Yeah. It's not allowed.
Because that's not fair. Boys can like lift one weight one day and then they'll get ripped.
Oh yeah. They'll like give up drinking beer and they're like, I lost 35 pounds. It's not fair.
No. What else have you been doing for wellness?
Oh, let me jump back here.
Okay.
I forgot to mention like the main reasons why I started this journey. I found myself like helping Aaron more and more around the farm, a couple of years ago. And I was just so sluggish and like not strong. My endurance sucked. I hated it because I would work cattle with him and I felt like I could not safely like hop over a gate or run if I needed to. Like our longhorns are somewhat dangerous. So I wanted to be able to do these things. I wanted to be able to carry a feed bag without feeling so out of breath and out of shape.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of started.
Would say I started for vanity reasons. I just wanted to not get obese.
That's a valid reason too, man.
Right? But now it's definitely like the reasons I keep doing it is one, I enjoy it. And like you talked about before, helping like the mental health, it does so many good things. But also just realizing like I want to age well. And as I get older, I don't want to have back problems and feet problems. And I look at my mom and my grandma and God bless them. But like, I don't think my grandma ever really worked out. She is now. She's getting after it. And then my mom, God, I hope she's not listening. She's going to get mad. But when it comes to just like doing things that are healthy so that as you get older, bad things don't happen. Like take care of your health now so you don't have to take care of it later. And that I think, food, fitness, and nutrition can solve everything or prevent everything. I do think it holds a big chunk of that or has a big,
For sure.
That's why I keep doing it now. And plus, I want to show my kids, too, how to eat healthy, be healthy, move their bodies.
Right. I always have to ask my kids, I'm like, now why does mommy work out? And they're all like, she wants to be strong. I'm like, that's right, girlfriends. Like, mommy wants to be able to fight a bear in the woods if I have to.
Yes. It's funny that you bring that up because, well, you have 2 little girls. I have 1 girl and even my son. And I always make sure I talk about myself really positively too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come see how good mom looks. Like, I really am liking this outfit. Don't I look good? Because that's how I want them to talk about themselves. I know my mom was not the best at doing that. Like, she's really hard on herself and calls herself fat a lot. And that can be like really hard when your mom is calling herself fat, but she's skinnier than you. It's like, okay, well, if you're fat, then what am I? You know?
Right.
You just really have to watch how you talk about yourself in front of your kiddo.
I 100% agree. Like, I have made a point to be really aware of how I treat myself so that my daughters grow up to be confident in themselves.
Yes.
They soak up everything. I always stop myself, if I say something out loud that's like, oh, mommy does not look good in this outfit. Like, I don't want to say shit like that around them.
What else are you doing? I guess as far as supplements and things I've been taking, I started taking a probiotic, which was also recommended by Kennedy, the legendary dietitian. She ideally, when you work with her, she wants you to get going just on foods that have a lot of probiotics in them, which I was trying to do, like kefir and I do eat a lot of yogurt. What other are high gut healthy foods? I think like anything pickled is supposed to be good, but you got to eat a lot of damn pickles.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just started taking a probiotic and I still try to get my yogurt in. I do the kefir from time to time. And then I started taking Wonder Cow just this last November, which is a colostrum product. It comes from a farm family in California. I think they started making it because their daughter was having so many ear infections and then her immune system would go down from being on the antibiotics and this and that. And they swear by it. I was like, all right, let me give it a try. So I started taking it in November. Initially, I just noticed that like my nails were getting stronger. And then Tom and I went on a trip to Vegas. I had been taking the Wonder Cow religiously before, during, and after the trip. He came back with a cold and I didn't. So I was like, all right, here's some immunity benefits. And then I also think it's been helping with bloating, and I try to get 25 grams of fiber a day. So those combined, I think, have done me a lot of good. I really like Wonder Cow. I do have an affiliate link. People, if you want to give it a go, you use Mod Farm Chick and you'll get yourselves a little discount.
Yeah, and we'll link all this stuff in the show notes too.
It'd be a lot to link.
Yeah, I mean, colostrum is like liquid gold.
Yeah, all the things it does for the cattle.
Our calves. Yeah, right? I just think about my little babies and like breast milk and colostrum, like they heal everything. They fix everything.
Because isn't there, I don't know if this is true, but I had heard breast milk, if your kid was sick or something and you could give them breast milk, it would like make their cold go away because the mom's body automatically produced.
Yes.
That's wild.
Yes. So basically, like when you're feeding a sick baby, your nipples like actually take in the saliva in your body. The mom's body would actually create all like the perfect formula for your baby to help them get through the illness. Isn't that crazy?
It is so crazy. Like, how do our bodies do this?
It's magical.
It is.
Women's bodies are magical.
Oh, we don't get enough cred.
No, we don't.
I want to ask you your thoughts on, because everybody's doing it now, these cold plunges.
Okay. Well, I haven't tried it yet. I will. So the company that I'm getting my sauna through asked me if I wanted a cold plunge tub. And I was like, sure, why the hell not? Like, I'll try it. I'm expecting to not like it. I'm going to be honest, I probably won't get into a habit of doing it. That's just my guess. I'm sure I will love the sauna, but not love the cold plunging. But we'll see. I'll try anything.
Yeah. Seems like more and more people on social media are doing it. I just went to the chiropractor not too long ago. She started doing it. And everybody says, like, you're so awake. You have all this clarity. You're just, like, super energized, which makes sense. Like, get cold in the morning. You're going to freaking wake up real fast.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I tried to take a cold shower once and I was like, nope, not for me.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we will have to do like a follow-up podcast episode
Yeah.
once we try these things.
There's so many, what they call them, biohacking tools. You know, I mean, the sauna is one that we talked about, the cold plunge. I also do red light therapy. I have one of these scary masks that have it's supposed to help with acne or wrinkles. I do that. But all these things can be so time consuming.
I know. You just have to kind of pick and choose.
Yeah.
Because who has time to do all of this shit?
No.
Nobody.
I'm over here trying to count my macros and just lift some weights. And now I gotta get in the sauna, and then I gotta get in a cold plunge, and then I gotta do my red light therapy, and then I gotta
put your face mask on. And I also have been taking a supplement. Well, it's a drink. It's called Happy Juice. And it also has a prebiotic and probiotic in it, plus energy.
Is this the mushroom thing you were talking about?
No, that's different.
Oh, okay. This is just Happy Juice.
Just Happy Juice. I do have an affiliate link for that, so I will link that. I mean, it's an MLM, so I always I'm very critical. I always do my own research first.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it to my doctor to look at. She didn't see anything harmful in it, so I was like, you know what? I like it. It makes me happy. Gives me energy. I seem to focus better. It's no secret that probiotics are good for your gut. So I like it. I've been using that.
I also take what I call Happy Juice, and that's whiskey.
I mean, whatever works for you.
Tom and I have always enjoyed a drink at the end of the day, almost every day. But I don't want to go bragging and act like I'm really into health and fitness here, but we have stopped 3 days out of the week. We haven't had a cocktail. We've just been doing the mocktails, which is kind of a big deal for us. It's not like we're getting hammered every night, but we've just always enjoyed an after dinner drink. And now we've cut that out. And that combined with counting my macros and lifting heavier weights, I have lost 10 pounds since this summer.
It's the same story over here. Aaron and I would have wine or a beer with our supper every night.
Mm-hmm.
And we've stopped doing that. I almost feel like my whole face has changed.
Yeah.
Don't you? I'm less puffy and inflamed. And, it's obviously from working out too.
Right.
But I just feel better.
Yeah. Sleep is better.
Yeah. Make yourself a mocktail instead of a cocktail.
I know. Yep. I've been hitting the Fresca pretty hard lately when I want a cocktail because it's just so light and delicious, and you can have it on its own. You mix a little grenadine or something fun in there. I don't know.
Yeah. That cherry juice you've been talking about?
Yes. Every time I drink a Fresca, I think of Yellowstone. Do you know that episode where Beth Dutton, she goes to a restaurant to meet a lawyer or something, and it's noon, and she orders a drink, and he's like, "Oh, drinking already, Beth?" And she's like, "Well, it's not a fucking Fresca, Dave." Makes me laugh every time.
I love her.
Me too.
She's my spirit animal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, skincare. Let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, we kind of did. I told you I like my skincare. I want to do the vampire facial. I've got my weird red light mask. It was probably same 5-6 years ago when I started working out. I was also like, woo, girl, we starting to age a little bit. I was like, what do I need to do? Because I had just been using, Target apricot scrub or whatever since I was a teen. A friend of mine was selling Rodan and Fields and got me hooked on some pretty good skincare. At first, it was really hard to get a routine because I was too lazy. Using the apricot scrub in the shower, and that was it. And then I was set up with this 3-step regimen. I was like, oh, hell no. But it's one of those healthy habits, you just have to start doing it, get used to it. And now my skincare routine is 10 steps. I do it all.
It's funny because I never had a skincare routine at all until recently, probably this last year.
Mm-hmm.
I do use the biotin and collagen supplements too to it's liquid form and you just can add a couple drops to your coffee in the morning. So I have been using that too. And that seems to really help.
I may want the link for that. I had been I got it through Bomar Nutrition. It was called Green Skin Cocktail, and it had your collagen in it, some greens, and then some immunity stuff, but it tastes like trash. Didn't love the taste.
Oh, God.
But if you just got a little droplet of something I can put in my coffee and I can get my collagen.
Yeah, you can't even taste it.
Yeah, otherwise, as far as wellness, I don't know. I've been trying to journal more. That comes and goes. I feel like I get in a good habit of it. I'm doing it every morning, and then I'll fall off the wagon for several months.
I've never been a journaler. I just can't get into it.
It's hard. It's a journal. It has prompts in it because it's hard for me to just look at a blank sheet of paper and be like, okay, what do we want to talk about? Like, it's just not going to happen. But if you have one with prompts, and even if it's a really dumb prompt, like once you get going, it's kind of interesting to see what does come out on the paper. Within it, it also asks you, like, what are 3 things you're grateful for? And what 3 affirmations, do you want to have in mind for the day? I think it's called Driven Daily is where I got it.
Well, I'm sure it's helpful.
It is.
If you got
nice
in a routine.
Yeah, and start your day that way instead of immediately grabbing your phone and scrolling.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I need to get better at that.
When I first started journaling, all I could think about is if somebody gets their hands on this and reads it, what are they going to think? Is my spelling correct? Because one word I struggle to spell all the time is success, especially when I'm just like writing really fast and journaling. And I think in my first 5 journal pages is like, if anybody is judging me for the way I spell success, like, stop. I can't remember how to spell it. And I get it all in my head of like, oh, if somebody reads this.
I feel like I would have bigger problems than that if someone read my journal. Actually, that happened to me at your mastermind last year. Actually, I don't know for sure, but so Annaliese always gives out a journal, and we had been writing in it at your mastermind, and I took it out to the bar with me, and I left it at a bar, and I wrote like the most insane things in there, probably, because it was my Moscow Mule night. Things got out of hand. So I always wonder if, like, did someone find my journal at a bar? Have they read it? Like,
hey, a book is going to hit the shelves. Memoirs of a drunk girl in lacrosse.
Yes, flicking hats off of cowboys and calling them pussies.
Sounds like a country song. Well, I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to talk about that you've been up to with wellness and trying to be a better human?
I would say just trying to do more things that I love, that bring me joy. That's how I kind of stay grounded.
It's a tricky one.
It's hard to squeeze all of this in. It's seriously a struggle, especially if you're like working 2 different jobs and stuff.
Yeah. Taking care of yourself is hard, especially if you haven't been doing anything. Everything we talked about, has been a buildup. Like, I didn't start doing all of this on day 1. Like, we started by washing our face and getting a skincare routine. And then we started working out. And then we started eating better. And now we're in saunas and doing weird stuff and probably going to get vampire facials. But it builds. You just have to start somewhere.
Right. And that's how I feel like you will be successful with this. If you don't go don't jump all in. Slowly build up to these things.
Right.
If you do too much right away, then it won't last.
Right.
That's what I found.
Yep. Start somewhere. With that, I guess I'm going to say bye.
Yeah. I said what I needed to say.
Yep.
Did you?
I did. And I'm probably going to get off this call and go take my ass for a walk. Get them steps in.
Heck yeah.
All right, Courtney. Well, you have a day.
You too, girl.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you had as much fun as we did, would you do us a favor and share this episode with a friend?
Speaking of friends, can we all be friends over on the Instagram? You can find me at @modfarmchick.
And me at Mrs. Green Pastures Cattle.
See you next week, guys.